Hi, Karen here with my boyfriend Harriman. We are currently taking an intro to climate change course together, and I just found out that Harriman doesn't believe in climate change. So tell me, what's the point of you taking this class and spending your tuition money on it then?
It's not that I completely don't believe in it, it's just that I still don't know enough about it to accept it.
What do you mean you still don't know enough? You're taking a climate change course.
Well, if it really is climate change, then why are some places extremely hot and some other places extremely cold? Like, why did Niagara Falls freeze over in January, and over here in LA, we just had a frost warning last night? Shouldn't it be warm all around since it's called global warming? The word warming means heating up.
Oh my god, those cold spells are caused when the Arctic air travels south. And like you said, global warming means things are warming up, which means that the Arctic is not as cold as it used to be. Studies have suggested that the warming weakens the polar vortex, which acts like a lasso and keeps the cold air around the Arctic poles. At a weaker state, the polar vortexes are not able to keep the cold air in, so the cold air leaks out and seeps into the lower latitudes, therefore causing periods of extreme cold.
Okay, good point. I didn't think of it like that.
I know some of these topics were briefly discussed in class, but are you aware of the long-term effects of climate change?
I only know that polar caps are melting, which is contributing to sea level rising and affecting the habitat of polar bears. I also know that earthquakes and forest fires, and of course, the heat, because over here in LA, it's goddamn hot.
Well, I guess it's better than not knowing anything.
But I don't know how long these effects will last, though. But I feel like we still have a lot of time until it actually makes a dent, you know?
Actually, according to the IPCC, things are being affected faster than it seems. For example, the sea level is going to rise from about 0.5 meters to 1 meter by the year 2100. That is twice the amount in less than 100 years. On top of this, scientists predict a temperature rise of 2.5 to 10 degrees over the next century.
Low-key, I assume that we are still in the early stages. I don't know that so much has changed.
Oh, now that you know, are you concerned about the effects of climate change on your health and of the future generation?
What is there even to be concerned about?
Well, for starters, you should try to eat less meat because agriculture contributes to a lot of climate change. On average, a cow releases between 70 to 120 kilograms of methane per year. Bulls, cows, and other livestock are one of the most significant contributors to today's climate issues.
Wait, so you're telling me that cow farts actually contribute to greenhouse gas?
Yeah. Aside from natural sources such as wetlands and termites, methane from human activity, approximately 2/3 of the total is produced in two ways. The odorless and colorless gas leaks during productions and transports of coals and oils and other natural gases, and in about the same amount, the flatulence or farts of animals such as cattle and sheep.
You're kidding me.
Nope. But after knowing this, would you consider changing your diet and eating less red meat?
Definitely. Less demand for livestock means less farts.
Okay, so let me ask you another thing. Can we start carpooling to class?
Why? Our schedules are different. I have class earlier than you do.
So you think driving 2 cars to the same place is not going to contribute to greenhouse gases?
Even if we carpool, it's one less car on the street. That is not significant enough to make a difference.
Over time, it could be. Cars and trucks account for nearly 1/5 of all U.S. emissions, emitting about 24 pounds of CO2 per every gallon of gas used. The U.S. transportation sector produces nearly 30% of all U.S. global warming emissions. That's more than any other sector in the world. It's either we carpool or we're getting a new Prius.
Okay, fine. I guess small things add up over time.
So now that things are a little bit more clear with you, do you think that there are some things that you could do to make a difference?
I think so. I now know that I have to be more efficient when driving and eat less red meat. What else can I do?
Well, one thing you can do is move out of this goddamn rundown apartment. This place doesn't have insulation, so it wouldn't keep you warm in the winter. This is why you keep saying it's cold and keep turning up the heat. Or if you really don't want to move out, why not? Install some insulation into the walls. It costs less than your monthly electric bill. Oh, and take shorter showers. That will cut down on the amount of gas being used and emitted.
Yeah, I do take long showers. I will look into the insulation thing.
Now that I have you fully converted to climate change, just always be conscious of the size of your carbon footprint, and you should be fine.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. That's not